Have you ever wanted to draw awesome characters, but every time you try to do this, something always feels off about your characters and you don't know how to fix it? Maybe there is some secret ingredient that you are missing, something that will transform your whole artwork. But what if I told you that there is the way for you to easily draw your own characters? So today I'll show you the secret recipe that pro artists use to draw awesome characters. And also you'll learn the exact steps how to transform your characters from looking like this to this. So let's get started. When I was a beginner artist, everything I wanted was to draw characters. And of course, the first thing I did, I found the anatomy reference and just started drawing. Nothing's wrong, right? And this was the worst mistake I could ever make. But why? The secret lies in the world of video games. Yeah. Let me explain. Let's say you are playing an RPG game where you create your character with the final goal to defeat the strongest boss in the game and become the greatest adventurer of all times. And you have a great desire to make it. So, after creating your character, you decide to go straight to the final boss and beat him. And you die. But why does it happen? Because there is the catch in the game. See, when you create your character, you start with the level 1. So, your character has almost no skills and experience. And the deadly final boss with the high level will instantly crash your weak character. But how can we then beat this final boss? Before beating the strongest enemy, we need to go through some weaker enemies. Think of it like essential stages to level up your character and to achieve your goal. In other words, we need to go through 5 exact steps to create our beautiful character. So how can we do this? Creating awesome characters requires a clear understanding of the exact steps and the right tools in your hands. So today I'm using the XP Pen Magic Drawing Pad and it's been a game changer for me. It's a complete all-in-one system that runs Android. That means I can use my favorite drawing apps like Clip Studio Paint directly on the tablet. Plus, it's super portable, so I can take my character creation anywhere, whether it's on the couch or at the coffee shop. 16K pressure sensitivity makes line feel incredibly natural, and the textured display provides so needed friction and feels like drawing on paper. My favorite part are the colors. They are vibrant and lifelike, which is crucial for bringing your characters to life. If you're looking for a powerful and portable way to create stunning artwork, the XP Pen Magic Drawing Pad is a fantastic option. Check the link in the description below. To create awesome characters, we need to complete 5 levels. And what's important, every next level depends on the previous one. So make sure to watch till the end. Now let's start with the first, level 1. At this stage of learning character art, we practice abstraction. We focus on this first because it's important to train your eye to selectively remove all the destructive information from what we observe. In this case, we want to observe only the gesture stuff, like the pose, its dynamic and the proportions of the body. So, instead of drawing stiff, lifeless mannequins, we create a dynamic base for our character by abstracting all the tiny details. Practice quick gesture sketches for a few minutes. It will be enough to feel what makes the particular pose work well. After a few tries, you will be able to create the dynamic base, which is essential for the next step. Level 2. While gesture drawing captures the overall pose, we still need to show the underlying framework. Think of it like a game character's stats. They outline the basic elements needed to create a powerful character. Now we are focusing on the simple shapes and volumes that form the human body. By practicing construction from reference images, you are learning to assemble these shapes into more complex, human-like structures. The great exercise to upgrade your construction skills is to draw intersecting primitives, like cylinders, spheres and boxes. For example, take a box and a sphere. Draw them so close to each other so they start to intersect. Try to imagine how these two independent volumes will cross each other and how the intersection line will look like. Then add even more primitives to get something like this. The trick here is that human body consists of a bunch of basic volumes which intersect with each other. So this exercise will have a great impact on your character construction. Take an arm for example. It's basically a few simple and intersecting shapes. Our general goal is to memorize the process of construction so you can eventually create characters without relying on any references. And the next step will make this process a lot easier. Level 3. Since we are drawing geometric volumes, it would be probably a good idea to learn some basic perspective. Practice drawing already known primitives in 1 and 2 point perspective. By the way, I show how to do this step by step in my free digital art workbook, so feel free to check the link in the description below. In terms of perspective for character drawing, it's essential to show cross-sections on the body. So, while we are drawing, we can get a good sense of depth and perspective. Level 4. Once you have a solid construction, you'll need to add the underlying structure of the body. Think of it as filling in the gaps, defining the silhouette, and adding details like muscles and bones. And the crucial part here, to not fall in trap of detailed anatomy. You know, when you draw every little muscle and get something like this. Instead, we start by focusing on the major muscle groups. They provide the foundation for your character's form, and also it's much easier to tweak a few big muscle groups than every individual muscle. This approach makes workflow more efficient and, more important, it creates a solid foundation for the next step. Level 5. Now, when we have the great base, we need to make our character look interesting and memorable. And this is when we use our design skills. The design stage is the part where your character's soul takes shape. It's the moment when you transform a blank mannequin into a living, breathing entity with a unique personality, appearance and backstory. It's where you decide how your character will look and behave, and how they will connect with the viewer. Think of it like crafting a custom-made suit. Every detail from the fabric to the buttons reflects the character's essence. The design stage will make your character feel alive. And I show how to create an awesome character design in this video, so watch it next.